We're about to spend the next 9 days overlanding through one of the wildest and most remote countries on Earth. Home to just 3 million people, Namibia is Africa's least densely populated nation.
Nope, Steven got stuck, so he's gonna have to go and get him rescued on the side of the sea.
Out here, 90% of the roads are gravel and there's hardly any Wi-Fi or cell signal, and you can drive for hours without seeing another soul. But what you will find out here is something far more unforgettable. Endless desert landscapes, surreal sand dunes, and some of the most incredible wildlife encounters on the planet.
Get out of here.
Dude, those are those grasshoppers?
Those are grasshoppers.
Oh my God.
Get out of here.
Get off me.
We'll be driving from the capital city of Windhoek to the otherworldly dunes of Sossusvlei, to the crashing waves and shifting sands of Walvis Bay and Sandwich Harbor, to the wildlife-packed plains of Etosha National Park, and finally to the unbelievable rock formations of Spitzkoppe. This is one of Africa's most remote adventures, and we can't wait to take you along. The flight out to Namibia from the USA is not the easiest one. It's extremely long, and we decided to book a flight from Newark, New Jersey to Cape Town, and then Cape Town to Windhoek. Be super careful with the amount of luggage you bring out here because certain airlines do have some pretty strict requirements when you are transferring over to Windhoek. We strongly recommend completing the e-visa forms in advance and printing them out instead of doing a visa on arrival form for your easiest customs experience. The customs line took about 1 hour to get through, and we needed to make sure we had the list of our addresses that we were staying in as well as our printed paperwork. I'd 100% pick up your eSIM or a physical SIM card at the airport via MTC. We opted to get a 30-day phone plan even though we were only there for 9 days because we wanted some extra data just in case we needed it for navigation or some scenario where we needed to get in touch with someone. There's also an ATM at the airport if you need to withdraw a small amount of cash, but we'd recommend waiting to withdraw cash at a local grocery store to get some better exchange rates. Once we landed at Windhoek Airport, we had a pre-arranged transfer with our 4x4 car hire that took us out of the city and got us all suited up in our Toyota Landcruiser, which we'll be taking around with us. The first thing that we always do whenever we rent a vehicle abroad is stock up at the grocery store. So we headed on over to the local grocery store that is literally around the corner. It was called Spar, and we picked up some food for the week, and we also withdrew some cash out there. Keep in mind when you're visiting grocery stores out here in Namibia that it typically will have a parking attendant, and you'll want to tip them about 5 to 10 Namibian dollars for looking out for your car. After we hit the grocery store, it was time to hit the road to our first stop, the Kwessi Dunes Lodge out in the Namibian desert. We just got all checked in here at the Kwessi Dunes, and honestly, we are so excited to stay here. There is so much to love about this property already. We got greeted with some welcome drinks. We got a nice little orientation of camp. There are 12 different guest rooms here, so it's very small, very private, and very, very peaceful. Like the vibes, the second you pull up here, you just feel instantly relaxed and connected with nature. So we're really excited. There is a ton of really cool stuff out here. Not only is it one of the best places for astrophotography in Namibia because you are in the middle of the desert out here with no light pollution, but there's also so many activities included in your stay, both on-site and off-site that you can do. So the on-site ones are all inclusive, and then the off-site ones are available for an extra cost. And spoiler alert, they're pretty cool. This lodge already, the staff was so nice for check-in.
It is time for dinner. One of our favorite parts about staying here is actually because all of the food is all-inclusive. So tonight I am getting the lamb, which I'm very excited about. Everything's been lovely. You sit here, we've seen some wildlife walk by through the big windows. We watch sunset. It's just been so relaxing. And then if you do one of the excursions for sunset, like there's opportunities. We saw the quads come back in. Some people went ATVing out on the dunes. You come back, sit on the balcony. You can have a nice glass of wine, watch the sunset, and then come in and you just tell them what you want for dinner and they whip it up.
The road trip itself was part of the adventure. The drive was absolutely beautiful. I will say it was a little bumpy, but it was extremely scenic, and we were surrounded by endless desert views the entire way. We had to watch the sunrise come up over the mountains, and it was so beautiful.
So it took us about 50 minutes to get from Kwessi Dunes over to the entrance here for Sossusvlei and Deadvlei, and we're now on the paved road heading over to Big Daddy Dune and the famous trees, and that is estimated going to be another 45-minute-ish drive. It does turn into sand at the end, so if you don't have a 4x4, you'll probably have to take the shuttle. I believe it's like about $10 per person. Luckily, our guide has a 4x4, so we will be going straight down to the dunes. Very, very excited. Something to note is the gate time changes for when you can come in every week. When I was doing my research, I saw that it changes every Monday, so just make sure you check on that before. If you're staying inside the park, though, at one of the lodges or campsites, you actually get access a whole hour beforehand than the people not staying inside the park. So if you're a photographer and you need or you want to come here for that early morning light during golden hour, it would be helpful to book those campsites or lodges pretty far in advance to make sure you get access to that extra hour.
We made a few stops along the way, pulling over to check out the different dunes at every different kilometer marker. It was really cool that there are different dunes based on where it is along the road. For instance, there's one midway on your way to Deadvlei, as well as many others, and you'll be able to see different parking spots because you aren't allowed to just pull off anywhere, so they are all marked very well, which is awesome. But once again, we weren't driving ourselves, so we didn't have to worry about it too much.
Got some snacks too. Off we go. We just arrived here to Deadvlei. Did I say it right? Deadvlei. So when you park here, you have the option to hike a few different dunes. On the way in, you can hike Dune 40, which is, go figure, 40 kilometers towards once you pass the gate. And then there's Dune 45, which was the first one that you could hike. And we've officially made it here to Big Daddy. It takes about 90 minutes. It's the biggest dune to hike all the way to the top. Today, though, conditions are less than ideal. It is extremely windy, so we opted to just do the shortcut and hike over to Deadvlei, which we heard is around a 15-minute walk. But yeah, look at how it is so windy. Look at this. Do you see it? Can you see the sand blowing off the top of that? That is ridiculous. Apparently, this is the middle or the peak of windy season in October when we were here, which I had no idea. So we're gonna keep cruising. So do the trees live up to the hype? Honestly, I really enjoyed our time here. It is so beautiful to see the Big Daddy Dune right behind it in contrast with just like this sea of different trees. You can see people at the top of Big Daddy. They're starting to come down. Really pretty, especially if you love photography. Like the landscapes out here were just incredible. We hung out here for about a full hour. We honestly might stay here longer if it wasn't for the crazy wind. Probably about every 30 seconds to 1 minute, you get blasted by a ton of sand, which is why we didn't opt to do the full Big Daddy hike, but still really cool experience. It's currently 10 o'clock, probably seen about 400 or 500 people come through here now. It is extremely busy, so just be patient. A lot of the photos we were getting, we would just relax for a while, wait for people to clear out, and then we would take our photos. So just be courteous. But yeah, would definitely recommend coming in as early as possible or coming for sunset. But with that, we're gonna head back out, go check out a cave. Just got back to the car, got some nice cold beverages.
Shout out to our tour driver, because like some nice cold beverages after that taste so good.
I know. How covered in salt are you right now?
Well, I don't know if it's a mix of salt and sand, but I'm dusty.
Just a few minutes away from Deadvlei lies Sesriem Canyon, which is one of Namibia's most underrated little spots. It's carved out by a river millions of years ago, and this narrow gorge stretches about 1 kilometer long and drops over 30 meters deep. And you can actually climb down into it and walk between the towering rock walls. It feels like a secret little world down here, and a lot of tourists who visit Deadvlei actually miss out on this. So if you're visiting Deadvlei, make sure to check it out. It's a very short drive away. All right, our next activity for the afternoon is gonna go be a little game drive around Kwessi Dunes. So I believe he just called it like a downer drive or a down drive. I need to double check, but we're gonna hop in the safari vehicle and go look for some wildlife. Pretty excited. We've seen lots of oryx out here. We've seen lots of different wildlife throughout the day. Saw some ostriches earlier. So excited to see what we find. Hopefully we see some zebra.
Wow, we just got back from such an incredible evening. We had obviously our sundowner. It was an off-roading area, so we went up probably around 2 hours. We drove up to this mountain, checked it out. It was super cool. Went off-roading on some sand dunes. We saw so much wildlife, literally the cutest little foxes. We saw ostrich, we saw tons and tons of oryx. It was just a phenomenal outing. And then right during sunset, we drove up. They put out a table for us. We opened up some wine, we had some snacks, we talked about life. It was just such a good moment. The people out here staying at the lodge too are incredible. They're adventurous, everyone's very open, very fun. I feel like this place attracts a certain type of clientele because it is such a bucket list experience. You're staying in such an amazing area. And then I walked outside, which is what I'm looking at right now, and the Milky Way. I've never seen stars like this in my life. And we take a lot of astrophotography, so it's just so beautiful to look up and see the Milky Way all the way across the sky without a camera. I could see with my naked eye. And now I got the camera over here. We are recording the moonrise because it just keeps going. We had a full day. We're absolutely destroyed. So we are going to call it a night. You can see G's already in bed over here. So yeah, we're going to call it a night. We have a nice early morning. We'll see you at sunrise.
We spent the rest of our time at Kwessi Dunes doing some really fun activities. We went ATVing.
Well, Steven got stuck, so he's gonna have to go and get him rescued on the side of the dune. It's so much fun though. We're having a blast.
We swam outside in the beautiful pool overlooking the desert and got to see the oryx come up to the watering hole, which was super special, and just enjoy a couple of sunrises and sunsets overlooking the gorgeous glowing red sand dunes. If you guys are interested in seeing our full review of the Kwessi Dunes Lodge, we'll link it up here for you as well as in the description below.
Time bombed. I can't. Don't leave your light on or you're gonna get attacked. Jesus Christ. You just gotta. Oh my god.
Get out of here, everyone.
This is my worst nightmare. I hate it. How do we turn the light off?
How do we get inside? I think we just have to commit.
Dude, they're gonna totally get in there though. Oh, smart. Okay, he's thinking.
Out of here. Out of here.
He's thinking.
Out.
Go in there and then turn the light off.
Get out of here.
Dude, those are those grasshoppers?
Those are grasshoppers.
Oh my god.
Get out of here.
Get off me. It's persistent. Give him that. Okay, go babe. Go. Quick. Shut it. Oh my god.
More.
I'm just leaving this out here until they leave. Oh my god.
All right, we just got to our hotel here, and I want to touch a little bit on safety just because so many people have been asking us in the DMs on if Africa's safe, if they would recommend it, and honestly, we feel really, really safe here. One thing I do want to touch though is we do always connect with Norton 360. Norton blocked over 1.8 billion cyber attacks last year, and Norton blocks over 191 million phishing and scam threats on average.
We always feel extremely safe when we are traveling because of Norton. We use Norton VPN when connecting to the hotel Wi-Fi to keep us protected on every trip. Norton 360 gives us the peace of mind to protect our identity, our credit card numbers, and everything else when we are out traveling. So if you guys want to stay protected before your next trip, especially when you're visiting Namibia, make sure to go down below and grab Norton 360, or you can scan the QR code right over here. With that, let's go ahead and jump back into the video.
So it's currently 4:38 a.m. We got up at 3:45 because we had to leave Kwessi Dunes at 4:10 this morning to make it over to the Namibian Sky Balloons office. We were in the clear yesterday. They said it was a go with the weather, and we're driving over there right now, and there's a lightning and rainstorm going on right now. We're like off in the distance, like, was that just lightning? Even though it wasn't raining. Lo and behold, like 10 minutes later, we're now driving through some rain, and the lightning's still going off. So I am no longer very hopeful that this is happening. We will see if the weather passes, or if we're gonna be doing the balloon in a different location, but we'll see. Well, we got here, so did everyone else, and yeah, it got canceled. So it's now like 4:50. We're like, what do we do? You win some, you lose some. But if you're visiting Namibia and you get the chance to do a sunrise hot air balloon over this area, I've heard it's absolutely incredible. We tried yesterday, got canceled, tried again today, got canceled. So hopefully you have better luck than we do.
Gonna need some coffee. That 3:45 a.m. wake up call is feeling some type of way. Right, here's the famous apple pie. G insisted.
After our failed attempt at the hot air balloon this morning, we ended up just deciding to keep driving. So we are now here in the town of Solitare. We made a little pit stop. This is probably the next best place to get some gas if you are heading up towards Walvis Bay after visiting Sossusvlei area. And of course we had to try their famous apple pie. We still have about a 4-hour drive up to Walvis Bay, so we still got a lot of ground to cover, but this is a cute little town. It reminds me so much of Cars, like the land from Cars, or like Route 66 in the US. There's 5 little shops in here. There's a lodge where people stay overnight. There's a cafe where we had breakfast this morning. They do take credit card everywhere here, which is really nice. We filled up on gas, but yeah, it really, if you want a fun, unique, little quirky stop along your way around Namibia, this is a great spot to do that. So we are on our very long stretch of 200 kilometers of nothingness out here on our way to Walvis Bay, but there is this little stop for the Tropic of Capricorn. And if you don't know what that is, it is the southernmost latitude line on a map. So yeah, if you're into geography, this is a little stop for you. It runs through a couple of different countries in South America, also as well as Namibia. I believe it's 5 different countries. But yeah, this is your fun invisible latitude line that you could take a stop at if you want a nice little stretch break along your way to Walvis Bay.
Welcome to our camp for the night. We just made it up here to, this isn't Waimea camp. What is this? What is it called? what is it called?
Lagoon, Chalets.
No, the area. Waimea.
Walvis Bay.
Walvis Bay. Welcome to Walvis Bay. We're going to be staying here for the next one night. This is the Lagoon Chalet campsite, and it's honestly phenomenal. We'll show you around in just a second, but we've set up a little area over here. We've rented a car from Asco Car Hire. It makes it so nice from doing little things like this. We put up the awning so we can get some work done. It's an absolutely beautiful day, and we definitely want a little time to relax after the long 5.5-hour drive from where we were this morning. We're a little bit tired. It's around 1:30 now, so we're gonna be relaxing, getting some work done, checking out the campsite, and then in about 2 hours, we're gonna be heading out for a dunes tour, and we cannot wait. This is one thing that we have been really looking forward to. The weather looks pretty good right now. We're crossing our fingers. We get an absolutely beautiful sunset. Cannot wait to take you around. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and show you around camp. So the campsite itself is honestly pretty big. Look at how nice of a spot this is. You can see the other camper right over here. There's about 16 spots and they all have little dividers, which is nice for privacy. They also have a little section over here to hang dry your clothes, because over there you can see it says laundry. They can actually do laundry here on the campsite, which I thought was very, very cool. They also have a nice little cooking station, which we're stoked on. They have a nice little section for doing dishes over here, and honestly, the landscaping of the spot is just really nice. It's so close to the water, very clean. And inside the bathroom, I was honestly super impressed. All of the showers are completely free, extremely clean. I mean, this might be one of the nicest campsite bathrooms I've been in. If you can't tell, my campsite expectations are pretty low. I'm used to roughing it, so I'm a big fan of this campsite already. Giselle booked this for us last week, and there was still availability, so it doesn't seem like you have to book too far in advance. And my favorite part is it's about a 5-minute drive from downtown. So we're located pretty near the city in a nice area. There's a front area that has security, so I don't feel too worried about leaving some stuff here. But yeah, thought I'd show you around camp before our tour. We're gonna go ahead, be right over here, gonna get some work done. G also got a little friend. Look at the little cutie.
It's my favorite part.
G has a little friend with her, getting some work done. Look at G hard at work over here.
Absolutely have to do during your time here in Namibia is visit Sandwich Harbor. You're gonna leave on a tour out of Walvis Bay. You do have to have a guide to come out here, and you definitely see why. There's high tide and low tide to navigate if you're driving on the beach. There's some crazy dunes. We've done dune bashing all over the world in Qatar and Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and these dunes are way bigger, and it's so cool, just like in Qatar, that this connects directly with the ocean right here. Super duper cool. We're having so much fun. We'll link the exact tour that we booked right over here for you. And we're back from our tour at Walvis Bay. We were out in Sandwich Harbor for about 4 hours. It was super fun. I loved that they gave us a little picnic at the end with some oysters from the area, some champagne, soft drinks. They had a variety of food out that was all delicious. My favorites were the meatballs and the chicken. And now we are back here at the campground at the Lagoon Chalets, which is literally like a 5-minute drive from where we had our tour. The tour area where you actually go to drive to had a lot of parking, but it also reminder to bring some cash, because the parking attendants are pretty aggressive there about making sure you have money. Usually you tip a car attendant about 5 to 10 Namibian dollars for like grocery stores and stuff here. They were trying to get you to do like 15 to 30. The number kept changing every time we were there, so just like make sure you have cash there to tip them for watching over your car, because it's pretty standard out here in Namibia. But anyways, this is our first night in our rooftop tent, so I thought it was pretty cool that this has a little light bar in here. There's some USBs on the side to charge your stuff. It seems pretty spacious and comfortable. This is actually our first time ever in a rooftop tent. If you guys have been following our channel for a while, you guys know Steve and I built out the back of our 4Runner, so we do a lot of car camping, but we've never been in a rooftop tent. So we'll let you guys know how comfortable it is. I've heard really good things about this tent being cozy. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the morning. Bug situation. Not the vibe.
Good morning. Today we have around a 7-hour drive up to Etosha National Park. So we are over by the coast right now. Etosha is in the far north and a little bit further to the east. So that part of the trip we are so excited for. We woke up and it is still very, very cloudy this morning. So we're gonna go grab some coffee and then start our drive. But gee, how was the bet?
Okay, honestly, I was really surprised by how comfortable this was. It's obviously a little hard because you are on top of a car, but we slept really well in here. But yeah, I definitely thought this was really comfortable for camping and just like peace of mind that you're not tent camping on the ground with all the bugs and stuff. I am so happy to be in a rooftop tent.
So we just finished hanging out over here by the flamingos. They're so cute. There's two different types of flamingos here. There's one that is a pink and one that is more of a translucent or white color. And there's a couple different parking spots where you can pull up and just hang out with them and watch them for a while. It is really cool because this is the only spot in Namibia where you can actually find the flamingos. Sometimes they migrate up to Etosha, which is where we're heading later today, but it was pretty cool to see them in wild. Like, I've never seen a flamingo fly before. It was so cute. They do this little dance too where it kind of looks
the Dougie.
Yeah, they like move their knees back and forth, and it's just adorable to watch. So
the reason they're doing that is because they are kicking up the dust down below so they can look for like crabs and shellfish and then eat it easier. So yeah, it's not just fun dancing.
So we just took a little stop. We drove for about an hour. We are now over at the Zila shipwreck, which we've heard some stuff about. It's honestly really cool. It looks great on the drone. It's an old World War II vessel, I believe, that washed up on the shore. And there's apparently a ton of these along the whole shore of Namibia as we are gonna start heading north. And I will warn, there are like 20 people just sitting in the parking lot
ready to sell you something.
Yes, we saw this on a YouTube video and we were like, okay, we know that the people here are gonna be very aggressive. So we parked probably like 100 yards away from the area.
There's a picnic area and then there's the parking lot. So we parked at the picnic area, but two of them came over and decided to come and approach us. And you know what? I'm such a sucker, dude. They're like, please buy something. So I bought some stones from them. Was it overpriced? Yeah, but also like we're trying to support the locals. So I'm a sucker, let's be real, but I knew it was coming, so alas.
Anyway, we're gonna continue heading up north. We'll see you in a few hours. We just got here to Etosha Mountain Lodge, and before we even show you the room, because we literally just got here and they told us we're leaving for a game drive in 15 minutes. We got our lens, we got packed up, and we're gonna be bringing you on one of the best things to do in all of Namibia. Let's get going. You guys, we just got back from our day out. Oh my goodness, that was the craziest way to start our experience here at the Etosha Mountain Lodge. We got in within 15 minutes. They were like, do you want to go on the evening tour? So we hopped on, we went out. Immediately within like 5 minutes, we saw zebras, we saw 3 different other animals. I don't even know how to pronounce the name. We kept going. We saw elephants. We were literally within like 5 feet or 1 to 2 meters of a massive elephant that was just hanging out in front of us for like a full 2 or 3 minutes, just breathing, looking around at us. It was one of the most surreal experiences we've ever had. In French Polynesia, we had a magical experience with a whale looking straight into the eyes. I felt like we had that same experience with an elephant. After that, we were driving around, we saw this whole pack of lions that were just finishing eating, it was ridiculous. They were growling at each other, they were playing, they were a little sleepy because they just finished their meal. But yeah, what a crazy experience. We came back, they had some refreshments waiting for us. The drinks were phenomenal, the food was really good. And then we walked outside, and there was literally a black rhino outside our dinner. It was just like, we were pinching ourselves. We were a little overstimulated because we had the 7-hour drive from Walvis Bay earlier this morning. We got out of the car and then we immediately jumped into like what it felt like a whole nother day. It was such a great way to kick off our stay here. We haven't even showed you the room yet, but honestly, that all you need to know is this place is insane. It was really cool too. We were listening to the guide and they were telling us it's different than Etosha National Park because there you can drive in, anyone can drive in with a private vehicle. Here you have to be staying at one of the lodges, so it's a little bit more exclusive. We'll explain more about that. We'll show you all around the property, but I just had to tell you first thoughts after going on that experience. I'm gonna get some sleep because we have another game drive tomorrow for sunrise. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is absolutely stunning out today. So basically how it works here when you're staying at the Etosha Mountain Lodge is you go on 2 safaris every day. You do one morning safari, so we're gonna go have breakfast. It's right now 6:30 a.m. and then we leave for the safari at 7 a.m. and the morning one is a 5-hour safari. Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. How are you feeling today?
I got it before you did. This is yes. We just got back from our first morning game drive and it just blew us out of the water. I think because we had some expectations for Etosha National Park after watching some YouTube videos and doing some research in advance. We thought like we were gonna see like, you know, an animal here or there, but just ever since we got here, it has been so much wildlife and so many encounters. It's been amazing. I think my favorite part this morning, the theme of this morning was basically like baby animals. We saw pregnant giraffes, baby elephants, like little baby springbok. They were so cute. Oh, I'm so excited to go through all of the photos we got, but we saw lions, we saw rhinos, we saw so many elephants, so many giraffes, so many zebras, like it was insane. The wildlife is off the chart. We just finished up lunch, which, by the way, this is an all-inclusive resort, so everything's included. All the food has been really good. 10 out of 10. There's full drink selection here as well. We're gonna go back to our room and then we're gonna hit the pool later and relax.
If you guys are interested in checking out our full review of Etosha Mountain Lodge, it's coming next week, so make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Welcome to the pool here at the resort. It's pretty nice. There's no one here. Like I said, we're the only people here today, and we can literally look down at the watering hole. We've been able to see giraffes. Over on the side, we can go up and grab drinks if we want, because remember, it's an all-inclusive, but it is a really, really nice, easy way to relax in between the game drives. That wraps up our trip here at the Etosha Mountain Lodge, and wow, we are leaving with so many memories, you guys. Yes, the lodge is cool, but the real magic of this area is the people, the staff here, the guides. They are just incredible, as well as the animals. I've personally never spent so much time just observing the animals, getting close to them. It really felt like we connected with nature in a whole different way. If you guys are looking to stay here, we went ahead and put the QR code right over here to make it easy for you. Everyone here said the best time to come is May, June, or July, but we've really enjoyed our time here during October. welcome to Spitzkoppe. We are going to be here just for tonight, and look at this insane view. This is a spot that you can come and camp. There are quite a few sites here. We heard that camps 3 and 4 are like the group sites, 5 and 6 are over by the arch, and that's what the person recommended, but we really wanted this view. This is known as the Matterhorn of Namibia, which is pretty cool. That's where I proposed to Giselle a few years ago, so we're really excited to be here and see something pretty similar. We're just gonna be here for sunset. It's around 3 p.m. now, so we're gonna set up camp, grab dinner. This is gonna be our last full night here in Namibia, and I can't wait. This has gotta be one of the most beautiful campsites that we could have picked. So we're gonna give you a full camp tour in just a second, but we were absolutely starving after the 5.5-hour drive. So here's a little look at lunch. We have over here an easy way for us to make all of our food. This is just a gas canister. There's this really cool attachment that lets us heat up water. As you can see, G is getting ready for some ramen. We have
from lodges and all-inclusive beautiful meals 3 times a day to peanut butter and jellies and ramen.
Hey, you know we gotta do what we gotta do. Down here you can see we have all of our silverware, really nice. They also gave us a table and a chair, which is pretty sweet. The best part about this is we have this massive boulder right here, and this is going to give us so much shade. So it is officially time to show you our rig that we have been using for the past week. We have absolutely loved it, and we're gonna walk you through all the different pieces of it so you can see if you would like it. This one is from Asco Car Hire, but we've seen that most of the cars here are pretty much the same. So this car is pretty sweet. It's a Landcruiser. It has enough room where we could do a dual top tent. There were supposed to be 4 of us on this trip, but it ended up just being Giselle and I, so there would have been 1 tent in the front and 1 tent in the back. And then come on over, let me show you the rest of the car. So this car itself had 2 tanks. It had a 130-liter tank and a 60-liter tank, so we were able to drive for like 7 or 8 hours and not have to stop for gas, which was pretty sweet. It also comes with 2 jerry cans over here if we needed to fill up. I love that it has an enclosed piece. We know that it has 4 glass windows up front, but when we rented the car, they said put all of our valuables in the back. So if you guys are coming to Namibia, just remember, don't leave anything in your car, because they said people will come up and just hit the car and break the window and take your stuff. So always make sure to keep it in here. This one is locked, so we can open it up. They give us all of this stuff for off-roading. So anything we needed to change the tire is in here. Everything that we need as far as a tire compressor to blow up when we're driving on regular gravel, or to air down, we can drive on sand, which is pretty sweet. Then in the back, all of the cars you see driving around in Namibia will have 2 tires, and that is because driving here is crazy. 90% of the roads are dirt roads, and only about 10% of them are actually paved, at least at this time in 2025 when we're recording. They are doing a lot of construction to build more roads. So let's check out the rest of the back. They give us a hijack, they give us a shovel, that you can see they give us a axe as well, just in case we need it for anything. In here, everything is locked, which once again I love, so that we can stay safe. This is what the inside looks like. It has enough so where all 4 people could put all their stuff inside, as well as it has a fridge. The car itself has 2 batteries, which we loved, so that way the fridge could be running at all times. It could stay running for up to 72 hours is what they said without us driving, and it's worked great. So on this side we have, once again, this piece that pops open. They give us 2 full cans of gas so we can cook. And then back here, they give us a bunch of water. So that way if we want to do dishes or anything, down here I just lift this up. I can wash my hands if I want, or I can just use it to do dishes, but it is not drinking water. So we've kept all of our regular water inside the fridge, so it stays nice and cold. And then up here, I'm not gonna take it out right now because we have this amazing boulder that is keeping us nice and cool in the shade, but this is an awning. We took it out at our last camp spot where we could work from the car quite a bit, because they had service at the last, or they had Wi-Fi at the last camping spot. If we didn't have that boulder, we would definitely want the awning up just to protect us from the heat, because like I said, it was 90 degrees earlier. Now it is down to the 80s.
our last dinner. I have made some pasta with bolognese sauce, a nice and easy little overlanding dinner. We're gonna enjoy the rest of our fire. I got some South African wine we're drinking, and we're gonna enjoy the stars. The stars are already starting to come out. This is one of the best astrophotography spots in all of Namibia, and so we're really excited to just do a little stargazing, and then we're gonna head out to bed because we got an early morning. We're gonna try and see sunrise here at the famous Rock Arch.
And that wraps up our 9-day overlanding adventure across Namibia, from climbing the dunes of Sossusvlei to spotting wildlife in Etosha to camping under the stars in Spitzkoppe. This has easily been one of the most unforgettable trips we've ever done, but the adventure is not over yet. Coming up next week, we're doing a full deep dive into Etosha Mountain Lodge, where we stayed, one of the most beautiful safari stays in all of Namibia, and then we're heading to South Africa to explore for the very first time there. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stick around because the next part of our African journey is about to be epic. We'll see you next week with another adventure.